Hey everybody! Welcome to another episode of True Hauntings and Scary Stories. This episode is a bonus episode. If you are hearing this bonus episode, it is because you are a Patreon member of mine and I very much appreciate you. So my sister Tina and I
Hey, what's up?
are here to talk to you today about legends, but we're going to talk about, I found this really cool website, which I will link in the show notes, that is called The Scariest Urban Legends in Each State. Ooh, so they picked one legend for each state of the United States and tell you what it is. And then I went ahead and looked up each one. So today we're going to talk about the first 5 in their list. And this is on TitleMax.com. So, but again, I'll put the link in the thing. So for Alabama, they have listed Dead Children's Playground. Now, I don't know about you, Tina, but that sounds delightful.
It does. Let's go there. I want to take my kids right now.
Right? Let's definitely have a play date on that delightful playground. Mm-hmm. So it says, during late night hours, swings move by themselves as spirits of buried children come to play.
But who's there at late night hours with their kids to play on a playground anyway?
Well, apparently dead people. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe passersby? Or
to witness it, you know, like, oh.
Yeah.
It's midnight and the swings are moving. Well, what are you doing there?
Not good. So I do have to preface this with letting you know that apparently the playground is haunted because it's near a cemetery where a bunch of children are buried that died in the 1918 Spanish flu pandemic. So we are in the midst of a pandemic right now. So I just want to let you know that we are super sad about that and all the people who've recently lost their lives in the COVID-19 pandemic. So we don't want to make light of that. We're just talking about this legend that's supposed to be on this playground. So with that in mind, let's dive into it. So it says, adjoining Huntsville's historic Maple Hill Cemetery is a playground that looks much like any other, featuring a modern swing set and climbing apparatus. But this playground isn't like others. Passers-by often say they can see the swings moving on their own volition, as well as orbs and spectral figures. It does say in the article that the playground is surrounded on 3 sides by limestone.
Well, and I'm looking at the picture, and I see that there's like a woodsy area, and then you can see there's some kind of, rock feature wall or something, stone wall behind there. So yeah, that already alone makes it look super creepy.
Well, also, I happen to know, I think I read somewhere, that limestone has some kind of special energy feature or something. So there are some people who believe that limestone can help magnify spiritual activity. So if that's true, that playground is like surrounded by it.
That's the reason then, probably.
So there you go. If you want a haunted playground, build it in the middle of limestone, apparently. But yeah, so that's interesting. But what I found interesting in here is, so back in 1918, the people thought that you could get the Spanish flu just from air blowing into your house. So they would not open their windows of their houses at all. They were like trying to keep the virus out, literally. So they would teach their children to keep the windows closed by telling them this rhyme. Now, honest to goodness, I don't know. I'm just going to read it. You ready?
Go ahead.
I had a bird. Its name was Enza. I opened the window and influenza.
That's where that came from. I always wondered.
Have you heard that before?
No.
Oh, okay. I mean, why? Just why do we do this as humans? So yeah, it's no worse than, Ring Around the Rosie, I guess. You know what that is, right? Yeah, that's messed up too.
Yes.
So I had a bird. Its name was Enza. I opened the window and influenza.
And there was the Spanish influenza.
Yeah, influenza. I don't know. That was weird. I get that they were trying to protect their kids in the way that they thought they needed to.
What about the door? They don't open their door or ever leave their house?
Influenza doesn't fly indoors, Tina.
Oh, just the windows. Got it. Okay.
Only windows. Mm-hmm. So anyway, that was a weird one. So I'm really sorry that they think it's kids that haunt it, because that always makes me sad. You know, that the idea that kids can't move on and they're kind of stuck in a place. But I guess if you're going to haunt a place as a kid, a playground is a playground. You know, my kids love to go there. So
ghosts want to swing too, so that's why I see them moving when nobody's there.
Right? So there's that one. That's good old Alabama with their dead children's playground. So what we got next?
Okay.
We got Alaska. Okay. So Alaska, I can't even with this story. Kushtaka. Alaska's legend is the Kushtaka. I hope I'm saying that right. I certainly don't offend anybody. So it says shape-shifting creatures that are a cross between an otter and a man. The Kushtaka make noises that mimic children and wives to lure fishermen, though they sometimes are helpful tricksters. So, ottermen? Like,
is that a thing?
Apparently it's a Kushtaka. Like, yes, of all the creatures, I mean, I think otters are adorable, personally. Yes. I have a very good friend up here who adores otters, and I cannot wait to tell her this story because I just want to hear her take on it. But let me pull up the link for that I found. And again, all these links I'll put in the thing in the show notes. Okay, Kushtaka. So they are mythical shape-shifting creatures found in folklore. Southern Alaska is where they're supposed to be. And basically, it says mostly... they think that it came from mothers trying to scare their children to stay close to home, because one of the things it says in here is that mothers would tell their kids that if they hear a crying baby or a screaming woman, that they're too far away, that they need to go back home. So that's one theory. Yes. And you know what? That's what us people do. I mean, we got Santa Claus. Kids be good. Santa's watching.
It doesn't always work.
So, huh?
It doesn't always work.
No, it really doesn't. But yeah, listen to this. So it says that they say that you can prevent a Kushtaka from getting you. Apparently they either kill you or they turn you into one of them.
Oh, no.
So they turn you into an otter person. But you can stop that. You can keep them away by using copper, urine, dogs, or in some stories, fire. So I guess if you're
all together or all separately?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're walking around Alaska, make sure you have a dog that you have peed on, and you're walking him with a copper flame.
There you go. You'll be safe then.
Then you're
That's all
set.
you need.
You're good then. So I don't know. Some of these legends are just so goofy. But I'm sure they come from like folklore or something. There's like a more serious side to it, but
yeah, it had to originate somewhere, but
oh yeah.
And then I'm sure it changed over time. Everybody's, changing the
story.
So
that's Alaska's. Let's see what else we got here.
Kushtaka, got it.
Kushtaka.